Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and have we had a wild night or what? I think that XRP got as high as like $1.95. Now folks, if you think that when crypto surges like this, especially XRP, if you think that that happens and it doesn't get the attention of all markets that are in any way related to crypto, think again. One of them's the IPO market. Here's 7 upcoming IPOs that could soar in 2025, and you can see at least, I know Stripe is on the Link2 platform, who's my sponsor. I know Cerebras is on there. There may be others on this list that I may or may not be able to talk about that are on there as well. But the IP, I want to read this right here. This guy says, I expect, let's see, right here. I expect a rise in IPO activity across a number of sectors in 2025, given continued strong economic fundamentals, especially in the U.S., says Sean Dubravik, CEO and president of Rio. Anyway, the point, look at this, more lax government regulation in 2025 could also play a role in the IPO market, given that one lax regulation will likely drive greater M&A activity. So bottom line is, folks, Gary's gone. The bad guys are gone, and everybody knows, everybody can feel it now. The evil clouds are receding, and now we're going to actually have a pro-business environment in the United States of America. Imagine that, pro-innovation. Which regulations are going away that have affected, which industry has been affected more than any by that? Crypto. So go ahead and get your eyes on all these companies that have been surviving in crypto. You're going to see them hit the accelerator button, and you're going to see some of them IPO this year. Link2 has many of these private equity issues on their platform. You know, they've had Ripple, and then they've also got some of those AI plays. They've had Uphold. I own some Ripple, I own some Uphold. I own, what else do I own on there? Some Circle, I think. I'm drawing a blank here. I own several. So anyway, you can go to linqto.com, and you can also download the Link2 app. Now, I talked to Brad Combs about this, XRP Las Vegas, I guess because of the market. The tickets are going nuts. In fact, in 3 or 4 days, I believe that, look, here's what I think. I think that this thing, not only do I think the whole thing is going to sell out, I think you're going to have, well, I'll just throw I'm not going to throw a number out there, but it's not hundreds, I'll put it that way. That's where this is going. So he's got the early bird ticket, the sale on the tickets right now, and you can go to xrplasvegas.com. I also have a link to it in the description. You can also go ahead, because they're doing Bitcoin Las Vegas the days before. Bitcoin Las Vegas is going to roll right into XRP Las Vegas, so I'm going to both. So you can go to Bitcoin, their Bitcoin Las Vegas website, and get tickets to that too. Now, I haven't done this in a while, but I promised this guy when I was in Los Angeles, and his name is Juan, okay, Juan Oropeza. Juan, sorry if I butchered your last name, but Juan is a photographer, and he's done a lot of the photography for Ray Fuentes, and I've done work with Ray Fuentes. Everybody knows Ray. Ray does a great job with awesome with his video skills and photography skills. But Juan has done a lot of the photography for Ray, and he's in that business. And so he asked me if he could be the official photographer of the Digital Asset Investor channel, and so it is. XRP is king, but I am a kingmaker on this channel when it comes to giving out titles. So it is. And if you need photography work, you can go to his X handle at 1XRPIX, And he's got a website here, jvoropeza.com. If you need some photography work, here's a picture he took. That's him right there. Took this picture with Brad Garlinghouse, Monica Long. There's Snakey over there. So, I mean, the guy's been all over the place. So definitely look him up if you need photography stuff. In fact, if you're listening, I personally, do you do Photoshop? Because I need somebody that's really good with Photoshop for a project I'm working on. Okay, check it out. So here it is, folks. This is what's been happening. Bitcoin is approaching 97,000 again. Look at XRP. Let's look at that beautiful thing, folks. Look at this. So we're at $1.85 right now. I'm going to watch football games with my friends today, and all they're going to want to know about is XRP. This is how it works. Let's see. I don't know if it'll show. Let's see. It's showing $1.87, but I think we hit. I want to say I read somewhere where it had hit as high as $1.95 last night. I wasn't awake, so if it did, but I think that's what I read or heard. And XRP, this is from Panda Ripple XRP. XRP is the most trending coin on CoinMarketCap. But this, I believe, is part of what set all this off last night. Eleanor Terrett had a scoop. Ripple poised for New York approval of stablecoin set to enter regulated U.S. crypto market. People close to the matter say the New York Department of Financial Services has indicated to Ripple it will approve RLUSD, and the company is eyeing a possible launch date of December the 4th. It's massive, folks. And then VET had put this out. This is the last step for RLUSD going live. Once the approval drops, I expect RLUSD comes by Ripple, an immediate minting of RLUSD by institutional partners. Them burning RLUSD on ETH and XRPL is, in my opinion, hint based on this. We'll see. And he's retweeting this article. Ripple stablecoin nears New York approval. Now, I'm thinking. I've been looking at all this. I asked Grok if Brad Garlinghouse was going to be on 60 Minutes this Sunday. I don't think that. I don't believe that it's this week, even though Grok thinks that he is on this week. I think that there's a lot of rumors about, and that's a thumbnail, there's a lot of rumors about him being on this week, but I think it's either going to be next week or the one after that. I'm betting on next week because down here, this guy says he won't be on 60 Minutes this week, but may appear in a future episode this Sunday, and is featuring Notre Dame, Smith Island, Kate Winslet, Welcome to the Wedding. So I'll watch. I used to love 60 Minutes, and I stopped watching it when I realized that it was propaganda. When I saw all the Ukraine stuff and they were just towing the line of these evil people that just got kicked out of office, I knew. I mean, not just that, but it's like propaganda arm of the government, always has been. And so I stopped watching it. I'll make an exception to watch Brad Garlinghouse, and then I'll stop watching it again. Ripple has entered numerous, no, this is a good reminder, Ripple has entered numerous non-disclosure agreements. It was revealed during the court case that they had signed over 1,700 NDAs with financial institutions for XRP transfers, various commercial transactions. These NDAs are a part of Ripple's strategy to work with banks and financial entities globally, often maintaining confidentiality until partnerships are ready to be announced publicly. Let me ask you a question, folks. Because, everybody's line has always been, their banks are not going to use XRP. Well, let me ask you this question. Do you think any of these banks are watching the XRP price? Do you think any of these banks are watching what Michael Saylor has done with MicroStrategy by putting a digital asset on his books? Well, XRP's outperforming Bitcoin. At what point do you think some of these banks say, when the regulatory certainty is finally there and there's no government trying to crack down on them, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think maybe they might want to hold some of that XRP maybe some Bitcoin too. But do you think they're going to want to hold some of that XRP that that has a limited amount that just keeps going up in value and is actually being used, unlike Bitcoin? Folks, you can see what's coming if you want to open your eyes. And look at this. What a good day for a reminder. The only crypto that actually has a feasible chance of surpassing Bitcoin is XRP. Unlike Bitcoin, which is entirely propped up by Tether, fraud, that's their words, not mine. XRP has real utility. There's a reason why Bitcoin maxis relentlessly attacking and corrupted agencies like SEC go after it with their bogus lawsuits. They're scared of it. I agree. Does anybody remember this? Remember the level playing field we've been asking for all these years?
Before the SEC got involved in the crypto markets, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset, ahead of ETH. What's affecting the price of XRP has been the SEC. And then the SEC got involved and said, hey, we think ETH is probably okay, and ETH went up. And then they sued Ripple, and XRP went down. This is not how our government is supposed to work. We're supposed to have a level playing field and have equal opportunity. We shouldn't have our government picking winners and losers in this regard. We think in the long run we'll prevail, and that'll sort itself out. But for now, it's frustrating for the community, and I like the way you characterized it, for the XRP family.
The XRP is about to jump Solana, but make no mistake, folks. You heard it from the digital asset investor. XRP is going to jump Ethereum, and then it's going to jump Bitcoin and shock the world. Get ready. I'm not saying it happens tomorrow. I'm not saying it happens next week. But that's what ends up happening here, folks. I've always thought that's what was going to happen. And it's important when you experience what we're experiencing right now. I don't forget things. I do not forget all of the people, many of them influencers in the XRP community, who tried to scare you to death about how it was over for XRP and it was no longer a major digital asset. Those people, A, don't know what in the hell they're talking about, and B, many of them, I believe, had ulterior motives for doing such things. So they ought to be ashamed of themselves. I know that they're not. And maybe some of them just aren't very bright. That's possible too. But I believe a lot of them were doing it intentionally. And that, for me, there's a lot of people that got out when they shouldn't have. And for that reason, it's pretty unforgivable in my opinion. But let's not forget history. This was Ryan Zagone from like 2018 or 19 talking about a level playing field, because we're entering the level playing field now, and you better believe the Bitcoiners and Ethereum people are scared about that.
You might still use proof of work.
Great. But I invite Ryan and Desiree. I don't know if you would like to comment on this as well. But Ryan, go ahead.
Proof of work doesn't work. Proof of work doesn't work. It's been widely.
Ryan, proof of work's been working.
Let me finish. Proof of work doesn't work.
Finish, please.
And in the early days of Bitcoin, there was a whole group of developers that broke off to create other assets, XRP being one of them, that doesn't use mining, that's cheaper from an energy perspective than Visa, and already scales to 1,500 transactions a second. A lot of these problems have already been solved. The challenge for adoption comes back to policy. The policy uncertainty around some of the assets has limited adoption, particularly here in the US. And I'm speaking from Ripple and XRP because we use that asset because it's a half a cent per payment. It's basically free. It scales and it's efficient. So 1,500 transactions a second at nearly no energy burn. So we're at a point today where there are real solutions to all of these challenges that already exist. Policy has become the challenge. And we heard on the first panel that around centralization on China, and this is going to be a hard pill for Peter to swallow. But 80% of the mining power for Bitcoin is controlled by 6 mining pools, 5 of which are in China. Today, the policy certainty in the US exists for Bitcoin and Ethereum, despite the fact those are China-controlled platforms. So activity goes to those platforms. What we need to do from a policy perspective.
And guess who was behind the whole ETHgate thing that nobody's ever wanted to talk about? That would be China.
In the US is look at the places where there are uncertainty. And one place I'm speaking directly for me here is XRP, where it looks like Bitcoin, It's decentralized, it's open source. We have 7% of the validation power on that, rather small in there. Grouping or giving clarity to those ones that are very similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum, that have the same characteristics and should be classified the same way. And then we're creating a level playing field across all the cryptos. I'm not anti-Bitcoin or anti-Ethereum by any means. I think there's a lot of great potential and breakthrough there. But we need to have a level playing field so the market can pick which ones they want to use and not be, as today they are, hindered by regulatory uncertainty.
Is that really what we're seeing now? Is the market finally getting to pick because the market finally thinks that it's not just Bitcoin and Ethereum that have gotten a free pass? I think so, but it took a lot of fighting on the XRP Army's part, now converted to XRP family is my understanding. Okay, in DAIXRP.com we got a lot more to talk about, including price, what everybody's saying about this price and what's coming, and it's really exciting. We're going to talk a lot about that. I got a lot more crypto and XRP stuff. So I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. Away we go.